So I recently bought the Omega Seamaster 300 in quartz, and today I'm going to review it. I'm going to start off talking a little bit about the history of the watch, then I'm going to talk about why I actually bought the watch, and then I'm going to talk about how I've been enjoying the watch so far, and if so. The specific Omega Seamaster 300 that I bought is the reference number 2221.80. It's the one that came after the 007 James Bond edition, which was released in 1995. This one was made around the mid-2000s. They continued up into the early 2010s to make this specific variant. So it's not the one from James Bond 007, but it looks exactly the same to me. Like, I personally can't see any difference. They're both quartz versions and it looks the same to me. I've never been the biggest James Bond fan, so that wasn't really my go-to when I was looking for a watch, but it just ended up that way, and I think that's a pretty cool addition to this specific watch. So just some specs on the watch. It comes in at 41 millimeters and 12 millimeters thick, which is actually quite nice and thin for a watch of this size. 41 millimeters is also not too big considering the new ones are 42 millimeters. I much rather prefer the smaller size, the 41 millimeters, for my wrist size, which is 17 centimeters. And then the thinness of the watch is really what drew me to it. The 12 millimeters makes this watch fits very closely to your wrist, so you're not really aware of the watch. It takes like a couple of days and you don't even notice the watch is on your arm, which is really what I was looking for into a watch. It comes with a unidirectional bezel, which feels very nice to twist. I really enjoy just playing with it all the time. Some people complain that they don't really like the sound of it or whatever. I think it sounds really purposeful and it feels like it's actually going to work when you are diving. It feels super solid, and that's something that I really like. The dome is sapphire crystal, non-scratch. This watch that I have is 13 years old. It's a 2012 version and there's absolutely no scratches on it. And it's got a nice patina on it. That's the first thing that I noticed. It's like really nice, this light blue, almost grayish blue to it versus the original blue when it came out. It looks super nice, especially in the sunlight. So I actually prefer this lighter grayish blue versus the normal standard blue. I think it just gives it a little bit more character to the watch. And I just like the color in general as well. One standout feature obviously of this watch, it comes with 300 meters of water resistance, which is great for a dive watch. I don't dive at all, but if I would like to go swimming or whatever, it's cool to know that this watch can withstand that, which is a really good thing. It's almost like having a 4x4 with like low range and everything, and you just know it's going to work when you go on the gravel roads. But that gives you a little bit of peace of mind, if I can say that. And then something interesting on the bezel, the word Seamaster on this specific variant is written in white. A lot of the other variants I see is written in red, some of them in white, but not a lot. And I've actually did some research on this, and according to what I could find on the internet, the white writing of Seamaster is supposed to be the quartz versions, whereas the red is the automatic versions. But I saw a lot of quartz versions online with red and some with white. So I'm not entirely sure. If anyone can maybe drop a comment who knows what the difference is. Even in Reddit, I couldn't find anything. People gave a few like what they think the answer is, but no one could really pinpoint it, so that was something interesting to note. So the watch is 20 millimeters lug to lug, which is a good size if you want to swap it out for a rubber band. They have some very nice blue rubber bands which would go very nice with this watch. But a quite controversial factor is the actual bracelet itself. This stainless steel bracelet, at the beginning when I saw pictures of it, I thought, that's a little bit too much. It looks very 90s. It's a super 90s look. But that's actually what I like about this watch. I think the mid-90s now is definitely in. I quite like this bracelet. I think it's classic and timeless. I don't think you should worry about it too much. It might be a little bit blingy, but I don't really think it's as blingy as I thought it would be when I saw the watch in pictures versus in reality. It doesn't seem that blingy to me, and I like this bracelet. It's got a 5-link setup here. The other thing to note is the bracelet is also not tapered. It's 20 millimeters thick all round, whereas all modern watches like the previous Black Bay 58 that I had a tapered bracelet to make it suit the watch pretty nicely. So I actually traded in a Tudor Black Bay 58 for this specific watch, which might be a little bit controversial to some people. For me, it's the best decision. I just love this watch a lot more than I did the Tudor Black Bay 58. And the Black Bay 58 might be a watch that I come back to, and Tudor as a brand might come back to a little bit later on. But when I saw this watch, I just like something in me just had to have this watch. And when I got it, I was super pleased with it. And I felt like, wow, I really love this watch. From the get-go, no issues at all. So I bought this watch with box and papers, which is something that I really wanted for my next watch purchase. I just love the fact to have a complete set. It just feels like complete to me. It completes me, which is quite weird, but that's just the way that I feel about it. So I've got the box and papers. It is 12, almost 13 years old, so you can see it's sort of disintegrating like old art. If you touch anything, it sort of falls apart and flaky and stuff. So I just put it away, but the fact that it is there and I have it is cool. And I love the red Omega box. For some reason, the red color is just special to me. The new modern ones comes in these sort of wooden boxes, I think, but this red box is just super 90s, early 2000s. I just love it. So I've really been enjoying this watch. I wear it every day. Like, it is my daily driver for a watch. I'll wear it outside, I'll wear it inside, I'll wear it to work, I'll wear it if we go walking, shopping, whatever. This is just the perfect all-rounder watch, and to me it looks good with anything that I wear. I'm not too super conscious about it, but it's just, the watch just sort of falls in. Even though it might be a bit more bulky than some of my other watches, this watch still feels like it fits with everything. The blue color is something that I really like as well. I said before, if I had the Black Bay 58 in blue, I might have held on to it for a bit longer. But the blue color of this watch is really something that draws me to it. It turns a different color of blue like every day depending on the weather, which is so cool. It's like having 5 different watches. Indoors it looks different. And I also love the fact of the small little wave engraving on the actual dial of the watch. If you tilt it and look at it in certain ways, you can see that. And I would find myself during the day just looking at this watch, which is, I think it's a good sign to know that you made the right purchase. A controversial fact about this watch obviously is the fact that it's a quartz watch. That doesn't bother me too much, replacing the battery every couple of years. Obviously having an automatic and an actual watch with movements inside is like owning a mechanical car versus electrical car, which I'm very much more for mechanical cars versus electric. And I guess watches is the same. As I grow in my watch journey, I will definitely start collecting automatic watches as well. So thank you very much for watching this review. Please like and subscribe it if you enjoyed it. I will be putting out more videos like this as I go along, and I really appreciate everything. Thank you very much.